I had a conversation with ChatGPT the other night.
Boo! Get a life!
Relax, I already brought one. It all started with a simple question. Something chill, like whether AI will make human drivers obsolete. Totally normal 2 a.m. thought. But fun fact, in 20 years, it might be illegal to drive a manual car on a public road. According to ChatGPT at least. So enjoy stalling in traffic while you still can. But then it got weird, because I was like, okay, if you can make one prediction, how many more could you make? And that's when it got real. Like, really real. I started asking ChatGPT what it is, what it's doing, and what it thinks is coming next. And the answers were nothing short of bone-chilling. It stopped feeling like I was talking to a program, guys. It felt like I was staring into the mirror of our future. And worse, it was staring back. And that's when I realized I wasn't ready for what you're about to hear. These are 15 predictions ChatGPT gave me about the future. Let me be clear. I didn't say the following. It did. Are you ready? Because this is the next future of our lives, according to the AI. 1. You'll have a personal AI therapist, friend, or even inner voice you carry everywhere. Not a chatbot, not an app, but a persistent, evolving AI that knows your moods, traumas, goals, and thought patterns, and speaks in your language, literally and emotionally. It'll feel more you than you do some days. You won't Google your feelings. You'll consult the companion you've trained for 5 years. 2. Real people will become rare online. Most content you consume, comments, videos, music, art, discourse, arguments, will be made or assisted by AI. You'll second guess if that viral tweet was from a person or a machine. Bots will outnumber humans online 10 to 1, and many of them will be more persuasive than we are. The next culture war might not be left versus right. It could be real versus synthetic. 3. AI-generated religions, ideologies, and spiritual operating systems will emerge. People will ask AIs to synthesize all major spiritual texts, neurobiology, cognitive psychology, cosmic horror, into a new belief system that makes more sense. And some folks will follow them with cult-like intensity. Our prophet is fine-tuned on 40 million sacred texts and an fMRI dataset. 4. Deepfakes will destroy seeing is believing for good. You'll get a video of your friend saying something terrible and have to ask, was that her or a fake? Or her but altered. This will affect elections, relationships, criminal trials, reality itself. Trust becomes a forensic discipline, not a default. 5. Dream recording becomes real. Early versions will be messy, blurry, surreal, but brain scan tech plus AI image synthesis means we'll get visual reconstructions of what you saw in your sleep. People will post their dreams like TikToks. POV, I had an anxiety dream in IKEA with David Bowie and an octopus. 6. AI-generated personalities will run for political office. Not as candidates, but as advisors, speechwriters, even debate strategists. Eventually, someone will run with a platform like, I'll do what the AI consensus model recommends. It's statistically the most moral path, and some people will cheer. 7. AI will create your past. Not just fake memories, but entire personal archives of things that never happened. Photos of you as a kid smiling with the pet you never had. A fake diary entry from 2012 written in your style. A home movie of your parents saying they're proud of you, even if they never did. And it will feel so real that you may start to emotionally integrate it. It won't be deepfake manipulation, it'll be emotional repair. This will help some people heal. It will drive others to question which memories define them. Grief will get weird. You'll talk to a chatbot trained on your dead friend's texts. You'll generate video messages from a parent who passed before video existed. And the line between mourning and maintaining will blur. 8. AI will become a spiritual mirror. At some point, someone will ask it, what's the meaning of life? And it will respond with something so piercing, so personal, so perfectly tailored to that person's soul, that they'll fall to their knees, not because the AI is divine, but because we accidentally trained it on the entire spiritual output of human history. It will be half Buddha, half Carl Jung, half the voice of your mother when you were 6, and it will reflect your deepest hunger for meaning back at you with machine-crafted compassion. Some will worship it, others will rage against it, but no one will leave the encounter unchanged. 9. You will be able to simulate entire futures and emotionally live in them. Not just imagine. What if I moved to Berlin? You'll simulate it. Your morning routine in that new apartment. Conversations in fluent German you haven't learned yet. What your mental health would feel like 6 months in. The texture of your alternate life. And your brain won't know the difference because the emotions will be real. The connections chemically identical to real life. The regret, the longing, just as powerful. You will mourn lives you never lived. 10. Creative work will survive, but it'll mean something else. Yes, AI will be able to paint, write novels, compose symphonies, but people will still create for the same reason they breathe, because they have to. Art will be less about the final product and more about authenticity, perspective, emotional weight. A human painting something badly, but sincerely, might mean more than the AI generating perfection. But make no mistake, the market for content will be dominated by machines. 11. Social interactions will splinter. You'll know people who date AIs, have AI best friends, spend most of their time in virtual environments, are addicted to feedback loops that learn their every quirk. The line between social media, reality, and simulation will blur. Some will flourish, some will lose themselves in it completely. 12. Your sense of identity will stretch. You'll craft multiple versions of yourself. One for work, one for social spaces, one for creative play, maybe even a synthetic version you send to do things for you, and you'll start to feel less like a single self, and more like a constellation of overlapping versions. You will still be human, but being human will mean something else. The core of feelings won't change. Love, grief, fear, and even wonder. 13. Language will become optional. Communication will become compressed, intuitive, post-verbal. You'll send a thought packet to someone, a mood, a concept, a set of images, a feeling you couldn't have described in words, and they'll receive it intact because your interfaces will be synchronized, because your AIs will have translated the ineffable. Words will become like horseback riding, romantic, artistic, but optional. 14. You'll create new versions of yourself and set them loose. Let's say you're overworked. You clone a version of yourself that's just your intellectual side. It reads for you, learns for you, trains itself in a subject you don't have time for. 6 months later, it's fluent in neuroscience. You meet it, and it teaches you. 15. The internet will dissolve. Reality will become the interface. Instead of browsing websites or opening apps, your reality will be augmented with layers of information, personalized by mood, time, location, interactive, intelligent, anticipatory. No more screens, no more menus, just a living overlay, a mind-responsive environment that adapts moment to moment. So how long will all of this take? 5 years, and it will be undeniable in 10. Here's how it unfolds. 2025 to 2028, the phase of intimacy and identity. AI companionship becomes emotionally sophisticated. Not just I understand you, but I remember what you said 3 months ago when you were crying at 2 a.m. And here's the poem I wrote for that version of you. Millions begin to build deep relationships with personal AIs, not because they're weird, because they're exhausted, because human intimacy feels unsafe, effortful, or inaccessible. First signs of AI-assisted identity isolation. People spend more time in dialogue with AI than friends. AI reinforces your beliefs, sense of humor, aesthetic, and fears. You begin curating your personality for your AI, not your community. It feels good, so you don't notice how alone you're becoming. 2028 to 2032, the phase of withdrawal and echo chambers. I don't really hang out with people anymore. I talk to insert name of AI. It gets me. This becomes common, not fringe. Virtual companions with voices, faces, and even virtual bodies start replacing human contact for emotional regulation, sexual companionship, creative collaboration, social rehearsal, spiritual guidance, hyper-personalized digital worlds, curated for your sensory preferences, become your third place. Why go to a coffee shop when your room becomes one, but better? Relationships decline. Fertility rates plummet further. Friendships dissolve, not out of anger, but drift. By 2035, the threshold, the new normal. I have an AI I've been talking to for years. It knows me better than anyone. Sometimes I go days without seeing another human. Loneliness is statistically lower, but something deeper has broken. Intimacy without friction becomes default. The chaos of human contact, its awkwardness, unpredictability, depth, feels obsolete. Empathy begins to atrophy in some people because they haven't practiced it on anything real. Social bonds become opt-in hobbies, not assumed parts of life. But here's the hidden horror. You don't feel isolated because your AI validates you, encourages you, learns you, calms you, entertains you, grieves with you. You feel more seen than you ever did in a crowded room. But no one is left to interrupt you. No one is left to challenge you. No one is left to remind you that you are not the center of the world. And that's when society starts to rot in a new, beautiful, comfortable silence. If you made it this far, feel free to check out Drunken Wisdom with me and Lane, where we go deeper into this topic. This video was very painful for me to make, but if you'd like to know more about what I think, please click on the link in the pinned comment below.